Have you ever wondered how we divide history? What if I told you it shapes our perception of the world? Today, we're diving deep into the traditional three-age system: ancient, medieval, and modern. This framework originated during the Renaissance. Scholars sought to distinguish their time from what they labeled the Dark Ages. Over the centuries, this distinction evolved, becoming a key tool for teaching history. But first, let's define the three ages. The ancient age spans from around 3000 BC to 476 CE. It includes the rise of Greek and Roman civilizations. Next comes the medieval age, from 476 to around 1453 CE, often termed the Dark Ages. Finally, we have the modern age from 1453 to the present, a time marked by the Renaissance, Reformation, and Enlightenment. Now, let's explore each age in detail. The ancient age focuses on classical knowledge and culture. It laid the groundwork for many ideas that thrive today. The medieval age, however, introduces some complexity. It's often seen as a period of stagnation. This period, however, saw the rise of Christendom and the Crusades. The modern age shifts our view dramatically. Europe's discoveries and innovations redefine history. This age elevates Europe as the historical standard. But this perspective leads us to a significant problem: it centers European experiences. The three-age system is deeply Eurocentric. Its framework highlights European events while sidelining the rest. For example, while the fall of Rome is pivotal, it overshadows important developments in Asia, Africa, and the Americas. This Eurocentrism causes real issues. First, it marginalizes the histories of non-European peoples. Many narratives simply ignore these societies. Second, it imposes Europe's timeline on other cultures. These societies often have unique and rich histories. Lastly, it creates a narrative where European modernity appears as the inevitable outcome of history. Let's visualize this with a simple diagram. Imagine a chart displaying the three ages. You see chronological arrows indicating progress. Markers for events like the fall of Rome or the Renaissance appear prominently. But where are the stories from other continents? As you look at the timeline, you notice an absence. The rich histories of Africa or Asia are missing. The implication becomes clear: we lean towards a linear, progressive idea focused only on Europe. In summary, the traditional three-age system certainly organizes history. But it does so through a Eurocentric lens. This perspective risks overshadowing vibrant narratives from around the globe. So, what can we do? Start questioning what you read. Explore histories beyond the European-centric framework. Embrace a diverse view of our shared past. If you found this insightful, like, share, and subscribe for more. Let's broaden our understanding of history together.